Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all. We meet again. Now, this time around, we're going to discuss reading. All right. So, we're going to discuss reading from Wet and English WE013. Basically, both of them quite similar. Only the number of questions, there are some um, differences. But basically, we are not talking about question, but we're talking about what kind of question will be asked in these two, which is Moet and English WE013. So Beckley is quite similar. Before that, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, imagine you have this kind of passage. Okay, imagine this is in one paragraph and then only two sentences. If not because of his bicycle being stolen, he had have arrived home 20 minutes earlier. Had he arrived 7 minutes earlier, his sister should have been still alive. All right. For example, this statement. Okay. There are different kind of question, but I give you some hint. For example, it's not hint, it's an example. Okay, if not because of his bicycle being stolen, he had arrived 20 minutes earlier. So the question would be, for example, how did he arrive home? Is it by walking? Is it by a bus or something like that? Doesn't say. It doesn't say from the text. Or how about this? Okay. Had he arrived 7 minutes earlier, his sister should have been still alive. Okay. What is the according to the writer, is she is writing it in what mood? For example, the question will ask: is it remorse? Is it in regret? Is it angry? It is something like that. So you have to guess, you know, the mood, the feeling, the emotion of the writer when he or she is writing this. So basically, um, this is something that you're going to do. You know, when you were doing your SPM, there will always be kebat or HOTS. High, what HOTS stands for? High, um, I cannot remember. Higher order thinking skill. That's right. That's about right, I think. So basically, this is it. Okay, we're back to the slide. So reading task, Muet. All right. Okay, we're going to go to the next test. Next slide. Okay, format of reading paper. Right. We go to the next one, which is Muet. The number of question is 40 question. Parts in total, there are 7 parts. The duration, 75 minutes. Total score, 90 marks. Weighting is 25%. While for PB, the number of question is 25 question, a lot less. Parts in total is 25 parts. Duration is 60 minutes. Total score is 25 marks and weighting is also 24 percent, 25%. Sorry. Okay, then let's go. So reading skill. All right. There are several things that this is something which is probably common. They are involving several skills. For example, scanning. Scanning is going to help you to obtain specific information from the text. Reading quickly and selectively useful when you need to locate particular piece of information such as date, number, place, certain phrases, and all. Okay, step you can to scan for specific factual information. Keep in mind that what you are searching for. Read the heading and subheading quickly and let your eyes run rapidly over several lines of print. So basically, usually when you ask this question, there will always be a what they call certain words, keywords, and then From the keywords, it's helped you when you're going to scan from one paragraph to another. Oh, this is the information is here. Or usually it will going to provide you which paragraph we are talking about. The question is referring to. So it's not much of a problem. Usually, you need to have to know a specific keywords or what you call date or certain facts that you not you get from the paragraph. This is something common. So we go to the next one, which is okay, skimming. Skimming is basically help you to identify the main idea, central thought of the text. Identify the key issue or what the writer is trying to tell the reader. Reading quickly and selectively. The topic sentence in the sentence give you the main idea. Step to skim and find the main idea. You have to also study the title heading for the main idea. Look the main idea in the first sentence in the paragraph. Usually, the idea of the paragraph usually comes in, if not the first sentence of the paragraph, usually is the second sentence of paragraph. The other are usually elaboration, like you are doing writing. The first sentence or your topic sentence usually encapsulate what you are talking about in the particular paragraph. So we go to the next one, and then now skimming also, step to skim, how you go about skimming to find the main idea. Read the last sentence for the main idea in a paragraph. Decide if the main idea is implied. This is continued. The last sentence also usually going to tell you something, so certain information. That's why this is very important when you're writing. There will always be some sort of conclusion in the paragraph. Sometimes the paragraph tell you one thing and it is concluded, whether it is the mood, the emotion, what the writer is trying to imply. Usually in the last sentence of the paragraph, decide the main idea is applied. Look for the main idea that is expressed in two sentences. Usually, like I said earlier, and the other sentences in the text are supporting details. For example, description, facts, definition, example, reason, and so on. So we go to the next one, which is inferencing. An inference is an assumption based on evidence provided in the text. The reader may infer something based on facts, opinion, experiences, observation, and description. Step to make an inference to answer question is read the question carefully, decide what is asked, and scan first and last sentence of each paragraph. Now, inference, what you call guessing the outcome. This is something that you really master in this level of reading, in college reading. Usually, sometimes when you were in school, everything is being spoon fed. Everything is there. Everything is there. The question, usually when you read the question, the answer will be there. But in this level, usually you need to know things. You have to infer. You have to predict outcome. You have to think. You have to analyze. So this is basically where, when you were in school, there were probably 2 or 3 hot questions, perhaps in the whole um, uh, question set of question. Maybe, I'm not sure. But now, for this time around, in this level, hots are everywhere. You see, hots are everywhere. So we go to the next one again. For inferencing, step to make inference to answer a question, continued. You have to skim each paragraph for clues and highlight them. Consider the language used. Is it positive or negative? Choose the best answer using clues from the text. Okay, if I refer back to the last format, usually there are a bunch of questions where the writer, the text and the question usually are meant deliberately to confuse you. When you not being careful, you read the first time, for example, oh, you definitely, naturally, you get, oh, this is the answer. But it's not really the case in this time, in this level, in MUET level. I don't know. I don't do much reading for the new format, but the last format is always there. They try to confuse you. Even in listening, even in reading, they will always like that. Okay, so the example of the question, usually the writer is implying that. Okay, what is the writer implying? The advice given in paragraph 2 suggests that. So there's no answer. There's no answer, but you have to analyze it. Oh, so you can come out with the answer. Okay, this is that. All right. Okay, what conclusion can you draw from paragraph 2? This is inferencing. You have to infer. Now, continued. Sometimes a passage utilizes an argument to make a point. You see, there's an argument to it. So you should know the argument. Sometimes there are certain bias by the writer, the writer believe in something, but it doesn't really say. So you should really analyze. Argument to make a point, reason or set of reason to show that something is true or correct. Sometimes it's not there. It's not stated there. You see? So you have to really analyze it. I hope this new format is better. New format is meant to make it easier for you to score in a question. Two parts of argument. A claim, usually reflective writing, can help students become a better thinker, and details and example to support the claim. Help students to see the idea meant to be discussed. Okay, we go to the next one. Okay, identifying details and example to support an argument. Step to identify. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, okay, again, okay, the last paragraph also talking about identify details and examples to support an argument. Okay, keep in mind what you are searching for. Read carefully the paragraph passage carefully to avoid missing out crucial details. And pay careful attention to the wording to avoid being misled. Okay, like I said, they will always try to mislead you. All right, deliberately sometimes. Okay, next, we're going to go to the next slide. This is predicting outcomes. Okay, it allows reader to make an educated guess, predict about what will happen next, based on the scenario event that occurs in the passage. You know, you can, not even that. Remember the first question that I given you? You perhaps can predict what the person is doing, you know, when he lost his bicycle. Did he walk to his house back home, taking a bus? Usually the most logical answer probably is going to be walking. That's why it takes such a long time for him to go. But this time around is a predicting outcome, something that which is in the future. Steps to predict outcome is determine the most likely outcome consequence based on what you have read in the passage. Look for clues given by the writer. Think logically. Logically thinking is always there. Logically thinking is always there. So we go to the next slide. All right. Okay. Now, the next slide is understanding the main idea, supporting details and gist. Usually, there will always be the gist of the idea in the paragraph. You write such a long paragraph, about 7 sentences. What is the gist of the paragraph? So basically,